Morning. It's a little colder than it was this time yesterday. I saw 82 on the truck, and of course my camera was in the other truck, which I don't know if anyone filmed anything with it or not. But we got more fertilizer coming today at 4. Hauled weed all day yesterday afternoon, and gotta go do a little more dirt work. Get those fertilizer trucks brought around and dumped. And guessing today, it's supposed to be so warm, we might not have quite as much snow melt to worry about. So.
Hi, I'm Tony Fast's daughter.
I'm Tony Fast's daughter.
I'm Tony Fast's daughter. Our family has been blessed to farm in Montana
For over 100 years now.
And it wouldn't be possible without the great team we have
and blessings from our Savior,
Jesus Christ.
Well, it looks like we got a pretty good base in here now. Tractor barely sinks in any. We're gonna be all right. What do you think? Time will tell. Load of fertilizer should be here in less than an hour, so I'm gonna get the auger hooked up. Going up. And here's a second load of fertilizer. Oh yeah. Amazing what a little rock does to fill in the mud holes. Oh, I get it. The last 3 days were just fall spring. And now we have fourth winter. We're saying 6 inches of snow today. Degrees 2 days ago. What's the price for a bushel of raccoons? Asking for a friend. Well, here we go. Snow has considerably shrunk, that is for sure.
Did that hill pull hard coming into town?
Well, it does every load of this.
Seemed like it was a lot harder this time.
Isn't this just picturesque weather for hauling wheat? Which actually we're done now, but yeah. Deteriorating for sure. Have a fun job of finding a good spot to park in a tight yard that's got soft spots everywhere. That's it. Doesn't everybody pick up parts in a semi? Today is the 17th of April, which officially kicks off that time of year when you have to use your heater in the morning and your air conditioner in the afternoon. Well, it was a pretty good day. I'm here at the West bins. Finished hauling out of that first bin there. That was spring wheat. That bin's empty now. Then switched over, I believe that was the last of the spring wheat too, I think. Not sure on that, I can't remember. Started hauling winter wheat from the farm and emptied a bin over there, so that's 2 bins emptied there just today alone. Last week we finished hauling the durum here at the West bins, so that was in 2 bins. So that's 4 bins emptied just in the last few days. So doing the math, 4 minus carry the 1, that means we still have a few bins left to haul. I don't know how many. Things are drying out rather nicely, finally. But this is Monday, the 17th of April. Tomorrow it's supposed to rain, and rain through tomorrow night. Wednesday, snow. 2 to 4 inches possible is what they're calling for already. So we'll just enjoy the pretty truck. It's not super clean, but it's just gonna get dirtier. We'll just wash it again.
That's a lot of water. Well, I really haven't said much about spring runoff yet, but we had a really warm couple of days that melted everything real quick. Lots of flooding happening down along the Milk River, around Glasgow, Nashua, Hinsdale, all that whole stretch is all flooded. And up here, obviously we're fine, we're quite a bit higher elevation, we're more pothole draining, we're not next to streams that can flood, so things are looking pretty rough down there. But up here, we're all right. Seeding should be happening right now, but just a later spring this year. Still got water sitting in fields, still got snowbanks in places, so probably be at least another week and a half, I suppose, maybe 2 weeks before we're in the field, which is going to put us into May 1st. That's really late for us to start. Usually we're going by Easter. Well, here's a little bit of damage from the runoff. Water ran over the road here, but it also undercut the culvert. So it's still firm right where they don't have it flagged off at. The county road crew countywide has a lot of washed out culverts from this runoff. We literally went from freezing in temperatures to 2 days later we were 80 degrees to the south end of the county, mid 70s up here, and it was crazy. We were hauling grain that day and I did not have my camera. I hope Tim caught some of the footage of everything, but it changed basically in a day. No more snow, other than the snowbanks that were extra deep. So lots of water to soak in now. It's gonna be a while before everything gets seeded. We'll have to go back later and seed sloughs with that little air drill probably. But the other thing is the ground's so dry, no sub moisture, that a lot of those sloughs are gonna soak in really fast. But we gotta get that frost that's below that water to warm up before that can happen. But it seems like some spots it might have already happened, because we were gone for the last 4 days with the girls with some competition stuff, and a lot of the sloughs disappeared already, the smaller ones. So hopefully the big ones do the same here rather quickly. In neutral. It can be 40 degrees outside. It can be 50 degrees outside, and that thing starts the same. It's crazy. Yeah, it doesn't help to plug it in. Well, it does help to plug it in, but it doesn't need to be plugged in when it's 50 out, right? Well, we got 2 more loads of fertilizer coming. And then they are going to be taking back loads of lentils into North Dakota and dumping them on an elevator. So I'm going to take the teal truck home, get the rest of the lentils brought over. Tim's going to get everything set up here to dump the fertilizer, and not really sure what's going on the rest of the day yet. I just got back, but I think there's a truck coming to pick up oat seed, and maybe we can get their drill out. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so we don't really want to get a bunch of stuff out when we don't, we've got mud here. Maybe we'll haul more gravel. I don't know. Tim's gonna probably haul some winter wheat. We have lots of options. All right, this right here is one spot that's really gone down on water. That was all one solid water hole. The far stuff there, and then all the way over to right there before it runs into the next slough. So I bet you by weekend there'll be just a little, there's one little low spot in that other slough. There's actually two sloughs that when it gets full enough it makes two of them. But really gone down fast. There's a big spot of water over there, and we're very much prairie pothole is what they call the terrain, the geological terrain. Is that the correct verbiage? I don't know. Well, we got the fertilizer dumped yesterday and lentils loaded and that on the road. And then look at what a beautiful day we have today. I'd say we're, I don't know, 4 inches. A couple inches at least. Worth the fresh snow this morning, so yeah, it seems like spring's never gonna come. Breakfast for the cows, huh? You guys sick of winter too? Yeah, I thought so.
Anybody else take a payloader to work? Just randomly? Just me? Hey, we're taking a payloader to the shop because we're gonna fix some hydraulic oil leaks on this thing. It leaks a lot, so probably all just O-rings. Just needs a little TLC. So I'm on my way. The one thing that will freak me out, just scare me to death more than anything, is driving a piece of machinery and the door all of a sudden pops open to the half latch. We need to adjust that. I'm gonna go finish my mild heart attack.
Well, we brought the old bumper off the teal truck in here. This is the one we replaced with that new truck defender one. And it needs a little work. The bushings are all shot in it. The aluminum is really augured out on this side. So I picked up some, somewhere, not here. Picked up some pipe bushing material that we can rebuild stuff with. So I got this all turned down on the lathe. Got a centering hole for a hole saw. Let's stick that in here to tap it in. It's a little snug. Then we can cut that out centered where we want it, because these are all like they're supposed to be here, but they wore up this way just from them bouncing down the gravel road. So we'll get that tapped in and we'll make that hole big enough to put in the bushings. So there we go. That's our pilot hole for the hole saw. Got ourselves a hole there. Bushing fits in. Well, update on the project here. Got the inner bushing cut and beveled ends. It goes in a hole like that. Outer bushing, just square edges. Ends not beveled. Put that on there. We'll run a bead here, there, and inside there. Look at there, bottom hinge bushings are all rebuilt. I did end up putting new nuts on the bottom of these plates for the eye bolts to go into. They'll thread through the bumper, go in there like that. Also moved them up to the top because I'm getting different eye bolts. And now we need to make this top bushing that goes into here. Or top bushing, bottom bushing, I don't know. This one needs to have, come on, go together. A bracket built here so we can drill a hole here and here, anchor this solid. So get that flush on that inside like that. We'll bolt that in, and I think we're ready to mount the bumper to that truck. Well, the bracket is on the truck. Got these ones in here. Do a little creative action there to get the bolts to fit in, but don't tell anybody. It'll be just fine. Well, we're just waiting for those eyelets to come. I ordered some from Truck Defender to tighten those up. Otherwise, it's going to be a little rattly. Look at that. We are ready to kill some deer now. Look out, deer. Well, we got hooked back up to the rear pup trailer. While I was in the shop, we did change bearings and U-joints on that. So people were asking, what are these yellow things? Don't run your tires flat. Indicators. You can see those spinning from the truck mirrors. So if you have any frozen brakes in the winter, you won't see those turning. That's what those are for. So just a reference for when you get on the road or pulling out of the yard, you can see all of those wheels turning. People used to take paint the side of the firewall. People used to take paint the side of the sidewall of the tire, and then you could see if they were turning or not. But these are easy to see. You can see them really well in your mirrors. I'm actually looking at a set of aluminum Super Bs. Really like these. This combination of a Super B. So I think we're gonna buy a set of aluminum ones, especially if we're putting lots of fertilizer in them. So if anybody's looking for a good set of Doppkers, they're for sale. But they might be sold already. You never know by the time I get around to editing. But thanks for watching. Don't forget, farm hard, pray harder. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We'll see you next video.